everybody wants to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 149th Street at the bench.
Today, I got a short video for you guys, something that has kind of come to my attention from recent comments. And that is newer graffiti artists feeling like older graffiti artists are gatekeeping. Now, I want your guys' thoughts on this because, I mean, we are the community, right? I'll see people brand new to graffiti. Sometimes these new graffiti artists don't do any other art form. Graffiti is their first art form. Or on the other hand, sometimes these guys are at a professional skill level in a different art form and they start to begin doing graffiti and they'll tell me the same exact thing. Hey John, I asked other graffiti artists for advice and I feel like they're gatekeeping. This community gatekeeps a lot. That's what they'll tell me. Now, I'll be honest, I don't agree with this at all. Not in the slightest. Let me explain. Their premise is oftentimes that they are being held back. They're not being given any information from these more experienced graffiti artists. They're being told things such as, hey, it takes years to get better. They're being told things like, hey, you have to actually earn your respect. You have to earn being a king. You have to earn being in certain crews. You have to earn painting at certain walls. And that's what they feel like is being gatekept. And my response is, no. What? Of course you have to earn certain things. Why would you want things just given to you? What would be the appeal of the art form in that case? If you were just put down in all the best crews, you would end up quitting immediately. How do we know this? Because we see this in a lot of women that do graffiti. In a lot of women that do graffiti, I'm gonna blow a lot of your guys' spots up, my apologies, but a lot of dudes have ulterior motives. A lot of dudes want to sleep with them. So what do those dudes do? They put them down in the best crews. They give them the best spots to paint. Even when the chick has no experience and she's brand new and still very much a toy. They throw the world at them. And what do you think happens when you have everything just given to you on a silver platter? You don't really value it. You look at it as like, oh, this art form was easy. It took me no time at all in order to paint at the best spots. It took me no time at all to get it in the best crews. This crew can't be all too renowned if I got into it a few months, a few years into graffiti. What is the title of king even worth if I was able to achieve it immediately? So you start to lose interest and you get out of the art form real quick. But you'd also have to be delusional to think that, number one, you're deserving of any of that stuff super early on, but you also have to be delusional to think that you are going to be skilled or good enough to achieve that high of a skill level and that high of a renown so early on. And as far as graffiti artists gatekeeping information, I'll be 100% honest with you, especially the hardcore writers out there. Most of them don't know the information to give you. They're not gatekeeping it, it's just that they themselves don't know it. So when they tell you, hey, it takes a decade to get style, it takes longer to get a style in graffiti than it takes somebody to finish medical school, they're not saying that because they want to withhold information. They're saying that because they don't understand how to actually get style. They don't understand the basics enough to have gotten style faster. Their method of getting style took them a decade or longer because they were doing it purely based off of trial and error, which is essentially them taking a blindfolded and pitch black room and taking shots at the dark trying to hit a bullseye. That's why it took them so long. But that's not them gatekeeping. They'll even say this about getting out of the toy phase, which that's where you earn your stripes. That's your time to really kind of establish yourself and gain the momentum that you might carry through the rest of your graffiti career. It's more of a launch pad for your success as opposed to anything else. Everybody starts off as a toy. There's no avoiding that. Calling you a toy and you staying a toy for a few, once again, isn't gatekeeping, it's just where everybody starts. And look, if information is your problem, if you're struggling to get information, well then, I mean, look no further than our book that we went ahead and published. It is the best book on the market to learn graffiti, and we teach you each one of graffiti's fundamentals. One read-through of that book will give you more knowledge than most graffiti artists have, even if they've been decades in the game. Don't believe me? Check it out from the people who have bought our book. We have guys who are day one in graffiti, like really early on, as well as people with decades of experience. Both groups of people picked up the book and learned more with one easy read-through than they learned in the rest of their time doing graffiti. It exploded their skill and understanding of graffiti and set them on the path for progress. So if you don't want to fall behind, if you want to catch up and even pass the people with decades of experience, check out digital copies of our book in the description down below with physical copies over on Amazon. Now let's kind of turn this around and look at the other side of things. Let's imagine that there are some very small scenarios where there is gatekeeping. And to be clear, I don't think these scenarios are any more common than you'd find in any other art form. But what we have to understand is that gatekeeping in that sense, in that very moderate, small percentage of people that is actually gatekeeping, this is important and integral to every single community out there because it keeps the community the actual thing that we love and enjoy. If we just let everybody and anybody into this community that wasn't fit for this community, then they would change this community over time into something it's not. And that shouldn't happen. If you don't like the community to the point where you want to change it into something it's not, then don't be a part part of the community. Go do something else. And we can go ahead and also compare that situation with street art and anti-style. Street art, while yes, done in a very similar way as graffiti, street art isn't really in our ballpark. If you say you do graffiti, nobody's thinking of you doing a character. So we don't let street artists come into graffiti and then change what graffiti is. The same way we don't let anti-style come into a group of graffiti artists and tell them with a straight face, hey dudes, why don't you forget about that piece you're doing, those letters you're doing, none of that matters. Why don't you just throw all that out and then do abstract art on the wall instead? And abstract art, by the way, that already exists, that already is established, has a name, has fundamentals, but we're gonna ignore all that as well and just call it anti-style, call it something completely new. We don't let people do that. We don't let people come into a community and then rewrite everything about the community to transform it into something else. They get their own community. Could you imagine being like 10, 11, 12, 13 years old and then saying, hey, this college over here that I really want to go to is gatekeeping because I haven't finished my high school yet. They're gatekeeping because my portfolio to get into that art school wasn't good enough. That's not gatekeeping. That's just having standards. That's all it is. Standards and requirements. That's it. And I'll be 100% honest. I'll be 100% blunt. The standards and requirements for graffiti are very low. If you're struggling to meet that to the point where you think it's gatekeeping, then that's not an issue with graffiti. That's an issue with you. What blows my mind even more is the fact that people will say this in today's day and age, where you have so many different resources for information regarding graffiti. Imagine trying to learn this stuff before YouTube, before I was putting out these tutorials. Back then, we legitimately had to just learn it on our own, and we were lucky if we could find somebody that can explain it poorly to us. So in all honesty, the only gatekeeping that's happening is the individual's own mind thinking that they're being gatekept. They're holding themselves back with that thought process. A lot of the graffiti community is very inviting. Sure, they may be rough around the edges. Sure, they might have a bit of an attitude at times. But if you conduct yourself with some level of respect and a lack of entitlement, you'll find that the graffiti community is very inviting and very accommodating as well. Now, I think here I'm preaching to the choir, which is why we're going to keep this video short. But dudes, let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about brand new graffiti artists feeling entitled to all these things in graffiti? Crews, walls, titles, like King and such. And don't forget about our Ultimate Graffiti Guidebook, which you can also find in the description down below. Want to learn more about graffiti and not feel gatekept? Check out our How to Do Graffiti playlist right up here with more graffiti content right down here. And I'll catch you guys back here next week. Thanks for watching.